Hello.
Hi.
Hi. This is Lisa Redfern, and this is A Conversation and a Cookie with a Creative Manner. This is Gingersnap, and I'm here in South Portland with Elizabeth Ross Holmstrom. She's a musician and a singer and a business owner and is doing all kinds of creative things. And so I have a couple of your CDs, and they're really, really fun, and they're beautiful, and you should get your hands on those. But I want Elizabeth to talk about an upcoming gig.
Yay.
In Portland.
Finally. So it's been a while, as you know. I met a guitarist this past summer, Gary Richardson. I'd known him for years, but he had played out down at Higgins Beach, and I asked if he would be interested in playing in a duo, and to my delight, he said yes.
Yay.
And I'm still playing with Tom O'Brien, who I've played with for years, but Tom wasn't in the place where I wanted to do a new duo and play out and be in the scene as much.
Yeah.
And so it was really fun to be able to connect with Gary, and he wants to do a little more playing. And so we're playing at Acoustic Artisans with Jonathan Cooper's space up above the it's across from the Art Museum, if you don't know the space, and it's so beautiful up there. It's up on the second floor above Starbucks.
Yeah, in the Hay Building.
In the Hay Building. It's so beautiful. So we're playing there next Thursday, the 18th of February at 7 p.m. And doing a mix of originals and some just cover tunes that I played years ago when Tommy and I were Take Two, playing around the old port for years.
Cool. And so how can people find out?
So it's on acousticartisans.com.
Right.
And then I have it, I think I only just have it listed on my Facebook. So so the best place is acousticartisans.com to get it.
Yeah, and that's a lovely listening space. And if you haven't been there, it's just a really nice place to hear music and to sing and play. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So you are about to embark on a new business idea that is very exciting. Tell everybody about that.
All right. Let's see. I have been really lucky, as you heard, to have the last 6-7 months off as a sabbatical, self-imposed, and I just had a lot of really luxurious time to think about, what I've been doing. Like the reason I haven't played out in a long time is that I've been traveling with kind of a national job for the past 6-7 years, and spending a lot of time in New York and Atlanta and airports and Toronto, which was beautiful, but I am really wanting to be closer to home and just think about, what could I be doing here that isn't working in these very stressful publicly traded companies. And so I really started thinking about that, and I kind of thought about what I really loved the most about my job was working with people and helping them with leadership development and just helping them try to look at their workday a little bit more with a little more power, self-power. And so I came upon this idea for a company called Break Together. And so the idea is to help people take healthy breaks during the day to reduce screen time and to reduce just sitting. So they say sitting I've been in healthcare for the last 20 years, and sitting is the new smoking.
Wow.
And did you know that? Sitting is the new smoking. In terms of the negative impacts on our health. Yeah. So sitting all day and hunched over on a computer is just not a great thing for our bodies, or in my opinion, our souls. And so I really want people to try and learn, for those that are having troubles, there are people that do this beautifully all the time. They're able to take breaks and work creatively in their day. But for me, like I would be on my screen for 4 hours in the morning, 5 hours. I'd look up and I'd be, oh my gosh, I've got to go grab a sandwich. And I'd race out and come back and eat my sandwich at my desk. And I talk to people, and so many people are doing that. So many people are living, just hour to hour and meeting to meeting. And I just don't think it's healthy. Yeah. I think it's killing us. And I think it causes a lot of stress. And so if I can just have a little bit of positive influence in that space and help people to have a couple of breaks each day that are just creative, and so we're curating the breaks. Yeah. So 15 and 30-minute breaks. Just one in the morning, one in the afternoon. Hopefully it won't be, feel overwhelming to try and take that time. Yeah. And it leads to higher productivity.
Yeah. So you're bringing some art and wellness and humanity to those large work spaces.
I hope
so if there's a large company in Maine that feels like it needs help with that, how do they reach you?
So we are getting ready to launch the website. So working with Flight, New Media, Rich Brooks and Savelle Brooks. And it's breaktogether.net. So I kind of like the net for networking. Yeah, so one of the things about this is the social network. So you're going to be meeting new people. You might be doing it with your own team, and you might be doing it with teams from other companies, and in the ones that we curate in the Old Port. And so it's breaktogether.net. And so that'll be where you can get the information very soon.
Cool. Well, that's exciting and really important work. Yeah.
Thank you. I feel very passionate about it.
Yeah. Great. So, Elizabeth, when did you first come to Maine, and why did you stay?
I just hit my 30th year anniversary.
Wow.
We're 31, so I'm like one after.
Yeah.
But for episodes for you. But I hit my 30th anniversary here in August. Wow. And I came because I was married a long time ago when I was 23.
Yikes.
I know, yikes. And I was 23, and we moved to Maine. I'd grown up in Yosemite. He'd grown up in Long Beach, but he had family here in Portland. And so we moved out here, and our relationship didn't last. We were really young, but it is a wise person, and I don't know why I was so wise to accept the advice, said, why don't you just stay here for a year and see what you like about it? And I did, and I just totally fell in love with the state. I love the nature. I love being able to be in the woods in 5 minutes. I love being able to be in Boston in a couple hours, or New York in 5. So it's a sweet spot.
I agree. I agree. So do you know your first word? And if you don't, what do you think it might have been?
That's such a funny... So I don't know the first word that I said, but I do know the first word that I learned how to spell.
Oh, that's a good... Yeah.
Candy.
Candy.
And I don't even really eat a lot of candy, but I'm sure I did as a kid.
Yeah.
Ate a ton of candy as a kid.
Yeah.
So, because in the 60s that was like a big deal, going down to the candy store.
Oh,
And those little, what were those little sweet tart?
Yeah. And you switch it up. Yeah, my brother and I would sort of switch it up. Like, this is my Snickers week after school, and then you switch it up.
Oh, really? You choose a new candy each week?
Yeah.
I like that.
This is my licorice week. It's my licorice week.
Oh, I love red
time.
Licorice. It was different on California than it is out here. Did you know that?
No.
Red vines. It's like a...
Oh, I don't like
different flavor.
Like red vines. No,
it's a coast thing.
Yeah.
Or at least...
Well, I'm a black licorice. I'm a true licorice.
Oh, I do like black licorice.
Yeah. Anything fennelly, anisey, licoricey. So that brings us to our cookies, because cookie was my first word. It's even in my baby book. So this is the apple crunch spice. There might be another word in there. And from Scratch, which is like right around the corner. I don't think I've ever been on a Gingersnap that was as close to someone's house.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Where the bakery was.
Man, Bob and Sonny got it, and the team have it going down there. It's so good.
These are really
I'm
chewy.
eating on television or on camera.
On a little podcast.
Excellent.
Aren't they good?
Oh my god, so good.
Really chewy.
These are Jeff's favorite cookies.
Are they?
By the way, picked his favorite.
Hey, Jeff.
So good. Hi, Jeff.
These are for you. So did you have a car in your childhood that you loved and you could get back? If you could get back, you would?
Oh, I had a 1967 Volkswagen Bug with like the roll top, and I bought it from Heinz Schneider.
Who's that?
He was a little German guy.
I thought I was supposed to know. Yes, Heinz.
He's a little German guy in LA, and I bought it from him. And he had put bucket seats in it, like these nicer seats, but the whole thing was just absolutely so fun to drive. And I was going through an intersection, and a person didn't see the stop sign and came through and broadsided and totaled it. But it was I would still have that car today.
What color was it?
Well, we were funny, like these last shows, it was blue. But it wasn't baby blue. It was really royal blue.
Oh, wow.
Royal blue. But I miss my Bug. It was so fun. I love the sound of that car. Yeah. And this one because there were so many car thefts, had a kill switch. So like you'd reach underneath the side seat, the passenger seat, and in the back was this kill switch. And somebody indeed tried to steal my car in Long Beach where I lived, and I came out and I'm like, because it was a miracle if you got to park in front of your building where you actually lived. And so I had remembered that I'd actually parked in front of my building, and I was so excited, and I walked out, and the car was gone. And so it was down and around the corner, but it was the kill switch that kept them from stealing it.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Lucky.
Cool. So is there, a book that you recommend more than any other book, or are there a couple?
That is I was just thinking of that. That's a tough one.
Or a recent book that you just love.
A Man Called Ove, Ove, was, it happens to be on the bestseller list, but it was a really, really sweet story. And another one, and I think it's Megan Callan Rogers, and she's here in Maine. She's phenomenal. She wrote a book called Ruby Red Heart and the Deep Blue Sea, and I might have that title a little bit backward, but it's absolutely this wonderful, wonderful story of a young woman and growing up on the islands up on the mid-coast of Maine, and she just wrote a sequel to it, I think, called Written on My Heart. So I aim to read that next, but those are two that I loved recently. I read a lot.
Yeah, so do I.
What about you? What's your most recent favorite?
Excuse me. I'm reading right now a book called In the Time of Our Singing, and it's about, it's a book set in the civil rights movement time about a family where the father is Anglo and German, and, you know, he marries this singer who's an African-American woman, and they have these beautiful children and who are also singing, and as you're going along in their story of their struggles and their life together, being a mixed family, it's on the backdrop of, you know, the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and it's a beautiful book.
I'll have to read it.
Yeah.
Anything with singing.
Yeah, right. So, if a movie was made about your life, what genre would it be, and who would they cast as you? Who would you like to have cast as you?
I'd love to say it was like an action film. Like driving fast cars or something like really exciting like that. It would probably be more like a documentary or around just all the different stories that have happened in my life, I think. I come from a real family of characters, and in fact, I just wrote this little sing-along for next week. Like, we grew up singing in a car, and so we'd always sing on the way up to the mountains and back, because we had a place at Yosemite, and so I just love that whole sing-along thing, and so I just wrote about a bunch of people, so I think it might be that, like, more documentary.
Yeah. And who would star as you?
That's so funny that you can't. It's Helen Mirren, who, as you can see now that I don't really look like that much like her. But I was renting a car one time, and a gentleman came up and said, "I love your work," and he was convinced I was her, and I was very thankful for that.
I love it.
She's amazing.
Yeah. So when I was trying to think of who, we made a soup for Elizabeth, a soup made up of Goldie Hawn, Virginia Madsen, Blake Lively, and Helen Mirren. That's a really
I like
soup.
the Blake. She's really pretty. She'd probably be a little bummed out right now.
She's got nothing on you, sister.
Thank you.
So tell them once again when you are playing next week.
So we are playing on Thursday night, 7 o'clock at Acoustic Artisans on Congress Street. And it's acousticartisans.com, and we're playing at, like I said, 7:15 on February 18th, and I am so thrilled to be back out again.
Yeah, that's
And there's
great.
some surprises. There'll be a couple of guest artists.
Nice. All right. Well, also keep in touch with Elizabeth about her new business, Break Together. Thank you so much. You've been Gingersnapped. How do you feel?
I like gingersnapping. I highly recommend it.
It's a verb now. Okay, I have to get a little closer to the screen to say goodbye.
Yes, to show the backward sign.
All right, this has been episode 31, and thanks a lot for watching if you are. All right, this has been Gingersnap.